Hey there, thank you for watching another one of my YouTube videos. I'm currently on the side of the road stranded because my car broke down. Because I didn't listen to my own advice and get these 3 things done to my car to bulletproof the engine. I'm just kidding, my car's completely fine. But in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about 3 things to do to your N55 or S55 engine to make sure that you'll never be stuck on the side of the road with a blown engine. And I'll also be covering a couple bonuses as well later on in the video. Whoa, how did we get here? Daryl's car is here too. What, a different location? Since I'm going to be talking about both the N55 and S55, I thought it would be best if we brought Daryl's car out too so I can show you specifically the things to do on either engine. To start the video off, the first thing I want to talk about is for the N55, and that is the crank hub seal guard. It's a long word, but it's worth getting. So, before I talk about why to get it, I just want to talk where it is. You're not going to be able to see it too well, but maybe, Daryl, if you can stick the camera there. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to see it. Anyway, so I'll just try to describe it. There's a big black circle at the front of your engine, and that's called the harmonic balancer. It's attached to your crankshaft, and that's what's running the belt. And a big problem with the N55 engines is that the belt actually gets sucked in to the crank hub seal guard, and it goes into the engine and destroys the engine completely. The way this happens is the belt is on the harmonic balancer, and the harmonic balancer has a little lip. Sometimes water or oil will get onto the belt, and the belt will actually slip over the lip of the harmonic balancer into the crank hub seal guard, and the guard is just a tiny piece of rubber, so it doesn't really do much to protect from the belt going in. And it's not super common, but when it does happen, it completely destroys the engine. Or if it doesn't, which is very rare, you've got a huge amount of cleanup because you've got to drain the oil and then you got to take the belt fragments out of the engine, which is just horrible to do. So what the solution is, it's basically just this little circular piece of metal that goes, pretend this is the front of the engine, your crank hub's here, and there would be a guard, and then the harmonic balancer goes here. So basically what it is just a little piece of metal that goes between the engine block and the crank hub seal and the harmonic balancer. There's tons of space, it doesn't hit anything, it's completely safe. I've been running it for a couple months now, no problems, and a bunch of other people do it as well. The one that I have is the Keys Motorsports one, and I'll be putting one of their videos in the description. The reason I picked that is because it's one solid piece of aluminum and other ones are just a few pieces welded together. So I thought that this would be the best one to go with, and that's what I got. I'm not affiliated with them or anything, but in my opinion it's the best one, so I'll be putting that in the description for sure. Now that we've got that covered, let's go to the S55, the most horrible engine ever. I'm just kidding. It's a great engine, but it does have a few problems before I finish off there. N55 is an extremely reliable engine, and oh, that's not good. Okay, well, we'll add it in the video. No, keep it up. If you look, one of my spinning center caps is out of my wheel. I'm not sure how that happened because I park in a garage in a condo building. It's very safe. Sucks, but anyways, we'll continue with the video. N55 engine is very reliable. There aren't really any major problems except for that, and even then it's not a major problem, but if it does happen, it's very catastrophic. So spend the $300 and get that fixed. Why not, right? The biggest problem with the S55 engine is the crank hub itself, and this is a more common issue, so you definitely want to get this fixed if you're off warranty. And if you're on warranty, you're fine, and you actually shouldn't do this because it will void your warranty. So if you want to keep your warranty and you're on warranty, don't do it. But if you're off warranty, definitely do this. It's around $3,000 to $4,000 depending where you get it done. But that's a lot better to spend that than having to buy a new engine for $25,000, $30,000, $40,000. The crank hub on this is made out of 2 pieces. So there's the side with all the gears and everything, and then there's just the other side. I guess I'm not sure why it's there, but there's another side. There's 2 pieces, that's all you need to know, and they're held together by friction. So if they start spinning, the timing goes off, and if the timing's off, then a whole bunch of bad things can happen to your engine, but it's normally always ending up with the engine being completely destroyed. The solution to this is some aftermarket companies put little grooves in it and notches or teeth, so it can't spin, but sometimes those break, so I've heard that some people don't really trust them too much. Another option is ones that are welded together or ones that are remade in just one piece, so it can't separate because it's one piece. It's definitely something you want to do if you have an S55 that's off warranty, and a lot of people say it's based on how much power you're running, but it's really just a gamble either way. You can be running 500 horsepower or stock, and it can break on stock, it can break with modified engines. It's just something you should definitely address. The next thing is the oil cooler, which is actually right here. I'll show you. So you've got the heat exchanger here, and then the oil cooler is right there. I'll show you a view of it under. I'll just clip that in, but it's right there. And as you can imagine, that's probably not the best place to put an oil cooler. If a stone ever gets kicked up in there, or for whatever reason you hit a curb, I don't know why you'd hit a curb, but if you did, or I don't know, a lot of things can happen, but if anything ever punctures that oil cooler, oil is going to be leaking out of your engine. You won't even know, and your engine's going to be completely destroyed. It'll be gone. Now there's two options to fix this problem. There is a plate that you can put, which is right now a little plastic plate with fins. You'll see when I show you underneath. Then there's a metal one that replaces that with sturdier fins, sturdier construction because it's metal, and also just covers more surface area of the oil cooler to just keep it safer. The problem with that though is I believe it's only for the M2 competitions. I'm not sure if it's for the M3 or M4. You'd have to look that up. But the problem with the cooler guard is that it doesn't really work on the CS. Now, Daryl and I tried to install it ourselves. It could have been something that we were doing, but it probably wasn't, because the customer service of that company, I'm not going to name the company because I don't want to give any bad reputations or anything. The customer service of that company agreed that the fitting is a little bit off for the M2 CS. So I don't think that they fit the M2 CSs. So if you're going to get one for your M2 CS, definitely do your research. And they do fit the M2 competition though perfectly from what I've seen, and a bunch of other people have said that too. The other solution is to get wire mesh and just fill it in between the little fins. It should protect it quite well. I'd recommend not going for a thinner, malleable mesh with thinner wires and stuff, but more so sturdier pieces of wire that won't bend with easy pressure, just for the extra security. So that's about all for the main three things to cover that will protect you from catastrophic engine failure. There are two bonuses though that I want to add that are just really helpful for all BMW engines in general, or maybe not all, but at least the N55 and the S55. The first thing I want to talk about is the charge pipe, which is right here. I really wanted to show them. Now this is not a stock charge pipe, it's aftermarket. That's the throttle body and that's the charge pipe right there. Let me just, there you go, the thing with the band on it. Anyways, so the charge pipe is actually plastic from factory, and that's not good because with all the heat and everything, the constant contracting and expanding, they tend to crack, and that will give you a boost leak, which won't destroy your engine, but it's definitely not good. It's good to look into getting an aluminum charge pipe, especially on the N55. It doesn't void your warranty if you get it, at least that's what my dealers told me. Ask yours before you do anything, just to make sure. My warranty's voided anyways though. Not voided. With certain modifications, the dealership can reject a warranty claim if they think that the modification is at fault. I have a bunch of stuff done to my car that they probably would deny the warranty claim, but that's besides the point. Charge pipe shouldn't void your warranty. Very easy to install. On the S55, the charge pipes are not as prone to breaking. They're still plastic, but they just aren't as prone to breaking, so you don't need to do them. But if you want to just have the peace of mind of not ever getting a boost leak or getting one of your charge pipes just exploding, then get some aluminum charge pipes for your S55. One thing that's actually really cool with S55, they make tons of different ones. They make carbon fiber ones, they make burnt titanium ones, they make metal ones. They make so many different types, and they look really cool. But there's how the stock ones look right there, if you want to show them. Right, there and there, those are the charge pipes. Okay, cool. So for the last bonus, this is the oil cooler or oil filter cap, and this is aluminum. What can happen sometimes is, since the original oil cap, which I'll actually show you right here, is plastic, it can also crack just like the charge pipe and eventually just break and actually just spew oil all over your engine bay if the oil does catch on fire though. Definitely not good. The aluminum oil filter cap thingy is a great idea to get for your car. It's about 120 bucks, and hey, if you think about it, it's pretty cheap compared to the problem that it's solving. It's a great investment in my opinion. Anyways, one other thing which is cool about this, you can use a regular socket on this, which is great. Unlike this OEM one, you need to have a little cover with and then a socket can go on that. It's not a huge deal, especially if you're not doing your oil changes, which I don't think anyone really changes their own oil. But hey, just putting it out there. Anyways, I really appreciate you watching this video. I hope you were able to find some useful advice. I will be putting a link in the description to this oil cap, my charge pipe, and also the crank cup seal guard that I have, because I've used all of them and I think they all work very well. Never had any problems with them. Not affiliated with these companies at all, but I will be putting those in the description. Again, I really appreciate you watching my video. If you have any suggestions for future videos, I'll be happy to do them. This video itself is actually based off of a suggestion one of my subscribers gave. If you know who you are, so thank you very much. And please subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.